नंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहार राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव जय बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा माधव राधे जय राधा रास बिहारी राधा रास बिहारी राधे जय गौरांगी बैंगलोरेश्वर गौरांगी जय जगन्नाथ जय बालादेवा जय सुभद्रा जय सुदर्शन जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय अनंत देव प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय अनंत देव जय निताय चैतन्य जय निताय चैतन्य जय निताय चैतन्य जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल। और प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। हरि नाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजाकचार्य स्तोत्र शत इस डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। ISKCON संस्थापक आचार्य सेव्यर ऑफ द होल यूनिवर्स जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजाकचार्य स्तोत्र शत इस डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नमाचार्य श्री हरदास ठाकुर की जय। जय श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ षट गोस्वामी प्रभुगण की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण चंद्र गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर नवदीप धाम की जय। श्री क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। द्वारिका धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। जमुना माई की जय। कावेरी माई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। यथाय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories and glories and glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलङ्गायतीं क्रीं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदिनतारिणं परमानन्दं माधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। हरि ओम तत्सत्। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4. Share the screen with you. Just allow me a minute to open the shloka. It's reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 11, and the text number that we're going to discuss today is 21. आयुषोपचायं जन्तोस् तथैव पोषणं विभु भायं रहितं स्वस्तो दुस्ताय विधाय चियसु। आयुषोपचायं जन्तोस् तथा विपोषणोऽयं विभु उभायं रहितं स्वस्तो दुहातस्य विधायति यसो। आयुषोपचयं जन्तोस् तथैवोपाचायं विभु उभायं रहिता स्वास्थो दुःशास्य विदयति यसो। Word to word translation. Ayusha, of the duration of life. Apachayam, diminution. Chantos, of the living entities. Tatha, similarly. Eva, also. Upachayam, increase. Vibhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ubhayam, from both of them. Rahita, free. Swastha, always situated in his transcendental position. Tushastya, of the living entities under the laws of karma. Vidadati, awards. Asau, he. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, is all powerful and he awards the results of one's spiritual activities. Thus, although one living entity's duration of life is very small, whereas that of another is very great, he is also in his transcendental position, and there is no question of lessening or increasing his duration of life. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Both the mosquito and Lord Brahma are living entities in the material world. Both are minute sparks and are part and parcel of Supreme Lord. The very short duration of the life of mosquito and very long lifetime of Lord Brahma are both awarded by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, according to the results of their karma. But in the Brahma Samhita, we find it said, Karmani Nidrati. The Lord diminishes or vanquishes the reactions of devotees. Very important, discussion today, which we will have. So the Lord diminishes or vanquishes the reactions of devotees. The same factors explained in Bhagavad Gita, Yagnartha Karmanayo Nyartra. One should perform karma only for the purpose of satisfying the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, one is bound by the reaction and action of karma. Under the laws of karma, a living entity wanders within the universe under the rule of eternal time. And sometimes he becomes a mosquito and sometimes Lord Brahma. To the sane man, this business is not very fruitful. Bhagavad Gita 9.25 gives a warning to the living entity, Yanti Deva Pratadevam. Those who are addicted to the worship of the demigods go to the planets of demigods, and those who are addicted to worship of the Pitas, forefathers, go to the Pitas. Those who are inclined to material activities remain in the material sphere, but persons who engage in devotional service reach the abode of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, where there is neither birth nor death, nor different varieties of life under the influence of law of karma. The best interest of the living entity is to engage himself in devotional service and go back home, back to Godhead. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur advised, my friend, you are being washed away in the material nature's wave of time. Please try to understand that you are the eternal servant of the Lord. Then everything will stop and you will be eternally happy. Om Tat Sat. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport, Canto 4 of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter number 11. Chapter 11 is entitled Instructions of Swambhu Manu, or rather Swambhu Manu advises Dhruv Maharaj to stop fighting. And the canto is the creation of the fourth order, and we are discussing from the 21st verse today. Om Tat Sat Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshururmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Patakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahaganalitita Shri Vishakhamvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarobhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is all powerful, and he awards the results of one's fruitive activities. Thus, although the living entity's duration of life is very small, whereas that of another is very great, he is always in his transcendental position, and there is no question of lessening or increasing his duration of life. Hi Krishna, welcome back to this Sunday morning, or I'm sorry, the weekday morning discussion of Srimad Bhagavatam. And we continue our conversation from the advice that was given by Swayambhuva Manu to Dhruva Maharaj, and he was advised to stop his fighting with the Yakshas. The background, we've discussed it in the past, just for the benefit of some of us. It's important to understand that Dhruva Maharaj, when he got to know that Uttama was killed by the Yakshas, decided to take a revenge. And that's a quality of a Kshatriya, that he will not allow any unnecessary or unethical things to happen. And he has to protect his, masses or the kingdom. So here, Dhruva Maharaj takes over that responsibility of waging a war against the Yakshas, and whereon he goes on killing mercilessly. And this killing also is seen as something which is not warranted. So while Swayambhu Manu, his grandfather, sees this, he realizes that what is happening is not good. So he comes and advises him. And Swayambhu Manu comes down and tells him that it was one Yaksha who killed your brother Uttama. That does not mean you should wipe out the whole Yaksha community and society. So it is only one person, and you've already killed so many of them. Let's not kill many more people or any more people beyond this. And these are the instructions that are given by Swayambhuva Manu. Swayambhuva Manu, being a very qualified and very, I would say, very Shastric person, gives the example saying that as a king, it is your responsibility to protect your people, protect your subjects. But at the same time, it is also your responsibility to ensure that if somebody is unnecessarily killed or somebody is unnecessarily being punished, then you should not be accepting it. And here, you yourselves are doing something which is not really acceptable as per the Shastras. Dhruva Maharaj could have well said that, I am a Kshatriya and it is my responsibility to wage the war and take revenge against the miscreants. But Swayambhuva Manu explains him saying that you've already taken the revenge. Your brother was killed by the Yakshas, and you've already killed some of the Yakshas. Now you should not do it because the whole Yaksha dynasty will be wiped off otherwise. And this is not the right way of moving ahead with it. And then he gives him various instructions on how the society has to really run. And so Dhruva Maharaj is accepting all those instructions. And in today's instructions, Swayambhuva Manu very clearly says that though the life span of individuals are at different levels, for example, Brahma has a very, very, very long lifetime or lifespan, which we cannot even imagine. At the same time, we have seen mosquitoes who have a very short lifespan. But at the same time, here in the translation, it says, it's Vishnu who is all powerful, and he's the one who has done all this. And he awards the results of one's fruitive activities. So the understanding needs to be very clear, saying that whatever we do, the results of one's karma, one's fruitive activities, he awards. Though Brahma has a very long lifespan, that is not because of his being Brahma. It is he's becoming Brahma because of his previous karmas. He's becoming Brahma because of his fruitive activities. And that's why he gets a very long duration of life. But likewise, the mosquitoes have a very short lifespan, and that is also because of their previous karmas. And here in the purport, Srila Prabhupada also shows very clearly saying that the Lord diminishes or vanquishes the reactions of devotees. So not necessary that the devotees have to really think that, yes, maybe like my last lifetime, I had done so many karmas and I'll have to suffer for all of them. The moment one becomes a devotee, then the Lord diminishes or vanquishes. So the word is very clearly used by Srila Prabhupada that it is either diminished or vanquished completely, which means that you don't have to suffer the moment that you become a devotee. But in Brahma Samhita, it says karmani nidranti. Okay, so let's take that shloka. Yastvendra Gopa Ganateshwara aha swakarma bandhanurupa phala bhajanam atnoti karmani nidrati kintu cha bhakti bhajam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. The translation to this 54th verse of Brahma Samhita goes like this. I adore the premier Lord Govinda, who burns up to the roots all fruitive activities of those who are imbued with devotion and impartially ordained for each and due enjoyment of the fruit of one's activities, of all those who walk in the path of work, in accordance with the chain of their previously performed works, no less in the case of a tiny insect that bears the name of Indragopa than that of Indra, king of Devas. So the differentiation is very clearly mentioned in the translation. He says it is only Govinda, it is only Krishna, it is only Vishnu who can burn up the roots. Now, when the root is burned, then the tree cannot grow or the plant cannot grow. So here, it's only the Supreme Personality of Godhead who can burn the roots of all fruitive activities. So naturally, once the root is burned, then the tree cannot grow. And this is particular for those who are imbued with devotion. It's not for everybody. He doesn't do it for everybody. It is done only for those people who are imbued with devotion. So who are imbued with devotion? It is only devotees who are imbued with devotion and impartially ordained for each of the due enjoyment of fruits of one's activities. All of those who walk on the path of work in accordance with the chain of their previously performed works. So it's all because of the previous lifetime, the karmas of the previous lifetime, that we are walking. This chain reactions are happening. But somebody who actually starts worshipping Krishna or becomes a devotee, Lord Govinda takes away all of them. It says this is no less in the case of the insect that bears the name of Indragopa. Indragopa is the smallest insect. And then that of Indra, king of Devas. You know, so there is no difference when it comes to either Indra or it comes to Indragopa. Both of them are doing the same thing. Maya has two potencies. It is the throwing potency and the protective potency. So Maya can also protect you if you become devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But if you don't become the devotee, then it can throw you away from Krishna, or it can throw you away from the path of Dharma. Devotees association is the most important part which needs to be really seen. Devotees association actually helps. And it is also said only sannyasis can be alone. Rest everybody else, the other three ashramas that we have is basically talking about your grahasthas, vanaprasthas, and we have the brahmacharis. They should never be left alone. And sannyasi also, when we say he should be alone, even when the sannyasi has to preach, there is association. He gives association, but he doesn't take association. That's why he said the sannyasi can be alone. But in the other cases of the three, we have to take association. We have to associate with people. We cannot survive independently. We have to depend on others. And human beings should never think that I'm Swarat, I'm independent. No. in Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, and first shloka, it says, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadi Asyato. Yeah. And so it very clearly says that, O my Lord, son of Vasudeva, all pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Sri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and primeval cause of all causes and creation, sustenance, and destruction of the manifested universe. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestation, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahma, the original living being. But by him giving even the great sages and the demigods are all placed into illusion, as one is bewildered by the illusory representations of the water seen in fire or land seen over water. Only because of him do the material universe, temporarily manifest by the reactions of the three modes of material nature, appear factual, although they are not real. And he says, I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Sri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him. He is the absolute truth. See, it is very nicely said that we have to depend on each other. And when we say we have to depend on each other, there is no insurance policy in the village. Even today, if you see all the villagers, they're all they are all living by the support of each other, and not that they are living independently. We have got this habit of trying to become Swarat, which is not possible at all. But many of them try, saying that I want to be independent, I want to be doing something. So we have to be dependent on each other for bhakti. There's more discussion happening on this shloka, where we see Bhagavad Gita 8.16. Abrahma bhuvana loka punaravartito arjuna mahamupetyati kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery, wherein repeated birth and death take place. But one who attains my abode, O son of Kunti, he never takes birth again. So Krishna time and again speaks about it, saying that this material world is not a great place for people to live, or intelligent people to live, or educated people to live. And when I mean education, the Vedic Shastras. Also in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, 19th chapter, 151 is the shloka where it says, Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jiva, Guru Prasada Paye Bhakti Lata Bija. According to their karma, all the living entities are wandering throughout the entire universe. Some of them are being elevated to the upper planetary systems. Out of many millions of wandering living entities, one who is very fortunate gets an opportunity to associate with a bona fide spiritual master. By the grace of Krishna, it doesn't just happen like that. You should have the grace of Krishna. Because of Krishna, you get Guru, and because of Guru, you may progress towards Krishna, or you will progress towards Krishna. So one gets an opportunity to associate with bona fide spiritual master by the grace of Krishna. By the mercy of both Krishna and spiritual master, such person receives the seed of the creeper of devotional service. So we've seen many times how do we justify this? How people can get Krishna consciousness. We've heard this of many devotees who just see the Kirtan party going around singing the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and suddenly get attracted, And this is more so possible in the Western world, because in the Indian subcontinent, it is generally seen that, people are God conscious, God fearing, God loving, Krishna conscious. But in the West world, people don't even have any understanding of what is God. They say, who's God? I'm the doer. I'm doing everything. And we see that there are many devotees who become devotees just by once seeing the Kirtan party singing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But on the contrary, you see, there are many people who stay near the temples, don't even visit the temple. They keep hearing the Katha, they keep hearing the Kirtan all through when the program is happening. But they don't come to the temple, they don't become devotees. So it is very important. The stages are like this. It starts with Shraddha, Ado Shraddha. One should have that faith in the holy name of the Lord. One should have faith in the deity form of the Lord. One should have faith in the words of the spiritual master. One should have faith in the words of Siksha Gurus, devotees, senior devotees. With that, one gets Sadhu Sangha. He gets association of elevated devotees who talk about the holy name of the Lord, who talk about the pastime of the Lord, who talk about the qualities of the Lord. And then with Sadhu Sangha, we add Bhajana Kriya. We chant the holy name of the Lord. We take initiation seeing the devotees. We see the devotees' behavior of, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, going out for Nagar Sankirtan, book distribution, etc. With the Sadhu Sangha and Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti starts. Is all the kalmasha of our life. They slowly start going away. And then you're getting fixed up. It's in Nistha form. And then comes Ruchi. And at the Nistha form, you can call it, it can also be called as liberation. There's no more going around in the circle of birth and death or karmas. Yeah, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Rupa Goswami gives the process of bhakti. With bhakti comes ruchi, and with ruchi, you get asakti. Asakti is addiction. And then there's a strong desire, that is bhava, spontaneous eruption of the volcano. And then it is prema. So these are the processes that how we really progress in spiritual life. There's also one more important thing that I wanted to discuss is a sane man, somebody who realizes, or one who is stable in his mind. This business he feels is not very fruitful. And in Bhagavad Gita itself, 9.2, this gives him a warning to say, Yanti Deva, Vrata Devan. Those who are addicted to worship of the demigods go to the planets of the demigods. We see many people, they are conscious, they are demigod conscious. So it is like when they start worshipping the demigods, they go to the planets of demigods. And those who are addicted to worshipping the Pitas, the forefathers, go to the planet of the forefathers. But those who are inclined to Krishna Bhakti, or those who are inclined to Bhakti, go back home, back to Godhead. And those who are inclined in the material activities remain in the material sphere, life after life. But people who engage in devotional service reach the abode of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then once somebody reaches the abode of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is neither birth or death, or not different varieties of life under the influence of law of karma. So at the end, Srila Prabhupada says the best interest of the living entity is to engage himself in devotional service and go back home, back to Godhead. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur makes this point saying that, my friends, you're being washed away in the material nature's waves of time. Please try to understand that you are the eternal servant of the Lord. Then everything will stop and you will be eternally happy. So very nice shloka today, where Swambhu Manu gives instruction to Dhruv Maharaj as to what he has to do. And it says there's absolutely no question of lessening or increasing the duration of time. If a tiny insect is gone, the tiny insect has to leave this material body someday or the other. That is also fixed. Even the lifetime of Brahma is fixed, how many years he lives. It is given in our Shastras that the longest duration is Brahma's. And there is a calculation also which is given, a mathematical calculation which is out of the bound of the small mind that we have. We think that, we are See, we see maximum people living for maybe 50, 60, 100 years, 120 years. So our mind is also restricted only to that. You can't think of thousands of years and millions of years for Brahma to be living. You think, oh, is it possible? Not practical. That is what we say. But in the Shastras, there's a mathematical calculation also which is given as to how long Lord Brahma actually stays, and that's the longest living entity that stays for. So this is it about from today's discussion, and it again and again brings home the point saying that Lord Vishnu, Supreme Personality of Godhead, is all powerful and he awards the results of one's fruitive activities. It is not that the mosquito is born because it is mosquito. Mosquito is born because of its previous lifetime karmas. Everybody has to go through it. So we will end the class here. If there are any questions, you can go ahead and ask. If there are any doubts, please clarify. And if there are any comments or corrections, please go ahead and make. Happy to accept them. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. I don't see any questions, so I take the class as concluded. I thank the temple management for allowing me to speak today. I thank all of you devotees, both online and offline, who are here present in this conversation between Swayambhuva Manu and Guru Maharaj, and the instructions that Swayambhuva Manu gives to Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much for your participation. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Guru Maharaj ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.